G'day viewers, it's Simon from the Bespoke Model Maker channel, here today to discuss my B-29 build, static build of it dropping the bomb over Hiroshima. In this video we'll discuss the build processes involved, what hardware was used and the paint processes that I used, and overall thoughts on the kit. So as an introduction, here it is. You've probably seen it over the YouTube other channels available. It's a 1/72nd Academy model of the B-29 Superfortress that dropped the first atomic bomb on Hiroshima back in August of 1945. Overall dimensions of this kit are around 60 centimeters in width and 45 in length. Looking at the box, it's an older model with lots of issues and lots of gaps, and if you decide on closing up all the wheel doors and bomb bay doors, there's even more gaps, so something to contend with. But it is a clean model. It says it comes with a choice of markings in Enola Gay or the boxcar, accurately fine engraved cockpit interior and bomb bay, accurately detailed panel lines and rivets. Well, there's a few, and of course it comes with the choice of the little boy or the fat man on a separate sprue. Box art's pretty cool. Lots of colouring there, but pretty much it's just a silver plane with varying shades of silver, and that's pretty much it. Internals hard to see because it's all closed off, and that's about it. The sprue, separate sprue, little boy, fat man, that one there, and of course the little boy is just there. So the quality and fit, as I said, isn't the best. It's not a modern kit, it's an older kit, a few decades old, even though it comes with a 2023 stamp on the box. And also we have to trim a fair bit of the model to get rid of the gun turrets and install the caps. We'll go into that further a little later. The model base dimensions are around 40 centimeters square. I chose that because it's just simple to produce, just in basic woodworking. And the hardest part is trying to find a suitable image for the base, and then coming up with a suitable label for the signage. The hardware used, I used little drone motors. They're a couple of dollars each from eBay. These are 12mm long by 6mm wide drone motors, but they're capable of 40,000 RPM running their normal voltage of around 3.7 volts. I cut this back by just using a AA battery, which is 1.5 volts, which gives it a respectable running speed and doesn't cause excessive overheating in the short term. Underneath is a basic AA battery holder wired to a momentary switch. I've changed to a momentary from a always on, mainly for model displays where people can interact with the model and there's no chance of overheating. I do find that with constant running, these motors do get quite warm, and over time would cause failure within the engine, and of course that's very hard to fix once it's all together like this. Wires just run straight up the acrylic rod at the back, so it's pretty much invisible. To each individual motor. So if I do press the test, there is quite a bit of an engine noise, which is good in a way. Here we go. but the engines do run clean. They're pretty well balanced. There's no major vibration, and yeah, that's about it. There were lots of difficult areas in the construction of this model. My greatest fear was trying to get the shading right, because when you look at all the World War II photos and even the ones in the museum, there's so many different shades of silver or aluminium or stainless steel on this model, and very difficult to replicate. Even though other problems were the massive gaps in wings, fuselage, the caps for the forward gun turret, rear gun turret, and under gun turret, and also the wheel well doors. They weren't designed to be closed up without a lot of work. But the differing silver colours of the panels was next level investigation required there. Two colours I use mainly: a metallic aluminium and to reduce the shading, I just added a bit of neutral grey, very small amount, to get the different shades. So I varied this from standard 100% aluminium, and then cut it down by 10% by adding the grey, and also 20% to get differing shades. So you can see it at the rear here, plus also on the tail area, fuselage. It's all pretty much random really, but just going according to what photos were available on the interwebs. As you can see, it does show up slightly in all the areas. It was trying not to go too overboard, just to get the shades just right. So overall paint layers for this model, I started off with a gloss black base, just to try and get the overall shine right once the silvering has gone on. Then went over with a gloss overspray on the black to give it that deep shine, and then started the silvering process. Got the base level down, and then started applying the varying shades to the model, which you'll see in the pictures coming up shortly. Decal application was another fear. There's big areas here where the decal has to fit in, but using the old faithful microset and microsole, it just went straight on. So that's a winner there. Using them just sets the decal in beautifully, because that was going to be a bit of a nightmare. I've seen some people try and cut the decal and it doesn't go well. So that bedded in really nice on both sides. And then after the decal went on, just another gloss application, and that's about it. Lycra rigging for the aerial assemblies, that's the easiest to use because it just stretches into place. And it works just fine. So overall, it's a really nice model, and it scrubs up really well. It looks good. There's just a lot of effort to get there, to get it to a proper finished model. But anyway, I'll fire it up and we'll do one last spin before I start on the pictorial part of the build.